Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm out here in the middle of the day, not in the middle of the day, middle of the evening, or it's not evening, oh my goodness, it is 5:19 p.m., August 20th, 2025, and what's on my mind is about care today. I actually thought about taking one of my channels and changing the name of it to Care Channel. They have too many of those out there. You know, Care Channel form something, you know, something a little different, but those are like, they got those too. So, I don't know, I guess I'll just see what happens. But I want to make a channel because care, C-A-R-E, seems to be what is so missing these days. And I want to talk a lot about that, make more and more videos. And I've some of the stuff I have said in the past, I've really said in the past, about, you know, I'm talking care in many ways. The definitions, there's so many definitions, so many ways we use the word C-A-R-E, care. And I'm talking about a variety of ways. But this is what I feel like is missing in our, at least here in the United States, what I see, I don't see the same things you see, but that's what seems to be missing. You know, some would just say empathy, but no, it's not that. It's not even that kind of, just that kind. That's part two. But just think about all the different ways you use the word care or caring. And like an example would be the way people do their job. How close are they to what their work, that they care about the outcome, or they care enough to do a good job, or they care enough about, like, say, if they're somehow dealing with customers or patients, you know, like at a doctor's office or something, how much do they actually care about their experience, you know, especially like in a doctor's office, or how much do they care about the patient, you know, how the patient is feeling right then. You know, so many different ways. Not even that, you know, people care for one another. People care about, you know, different types of, what would be the collective word for that? I don't know. You just care about different kinds of things. Okay, and now what some of it, you know, why is it on my mind? One of the reasons is I go back and forth on all these years I've had. Actually, tomorrow, I guess tomorrow, would be 11, not 7, but 11 years that I've been making videos on YouTube. That's with my original channel. But 7 years still. Now, you know, I had got another account because I wanted to do different things at one point. And that's like 10 years. And I would think it was only a few months later or something. Maybe not even 6 months later that I got that for issues. You know, like people care about different issues is what I was looking for. Issues. But, yeah, I guess so I had that. And, okay. Yeah, and, you know, their topic is a lot about people who are narcissistic, histrionic, or they have the behaviors of these, I would say. Narcissistic personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and antisocial personality disorder. You know, I can't say they have the behaviors, they exhibit the behaviors. Some of them, just to where it kind of stands out, not diagnosing anybody with those, but just some of the behavioral characteristics, traits, just seem like, oh yeah, you're doing that same thing. Like with the histrionic people, you know, so much of look at me, look at me, look at me. And anyway, just on and on, that I have been doing these years. Well, you know, that there was a time when that was real hot, and I have a channel that was just for that. And I lost, you know, I didn't lose interest, but I had a bunch of stuff going on in my life. I just kind of, hadn't paid attention to it much, so on and so forth like that. But the actual of that, of caring about that topic, I never really lose interest. It's been a story of my life. I've been around people who especially have the behaviors of that you see. I don't want to put it that way, but they seem so histrionic. Really, they're so histrionic. My goodness, the loud, obnoxious voices, the cackles instead of laughter that are also loud. They are loud, all around loud. The way they dress is loud, the way their hair is loud, the way they, present themselves loud. They have to be center of attention. And it's not mild, it's loud, and it's, wow. Some of them are just kind of a little less as they gotten older, but it's still there. And when they were younger, it was definitely. But anyway, the things to care about. And the recent thing is, because of my own health and all, getting older, which I had the test done 2 days ago, 2 tests. I thought it was 1, but it was 2. And it looks like things are finally going to progress. Not with the one set of doctors, oh my gosh. We weren't getting anywhere with that. I was not getting anywhere, really. They just want to have more tests. And more expensive ones even. Oh, we go into a procedure. This test is a procedure. More money. So the other one, yeah. And it looks like this could actually change my world, honestly. It could change my life for the better. It could. It could do so much that I have had to deal with for myself. I'm 62 years old. I had it since I was a child. Young child. Rather young child. I don't know exact date, how old I was, or any of that, but it looks probably by the time I was 2 years old. So, I'm 62. So 60 years I've been dealing with it. And they had given me a medication to take, a pill, just one pill. And it could be that that's the pill that I have to continue taking. And I only took it that once. Till my doctor gets back, that doctor, the good doctor is what I'm calling him. The other one, the 3 that I've had already, bad doctors. So, and then there's the other doctor, and then there's a physical therapist, and then, yeah, but, that pill, that one pill, oh my gosh, I was like, and I don't want to make it sound so histrionic, but it is, it's very dramatic to have stuff that's gone for 60 years, that's a long time, going on, happened, and I don't know if I could say it this much, but it was like that one pill. I was like, kind of, sort of like, is this what regular people, normal-bodied people feel, that don't have this rare health condition? Is this how it was so wonderful? Okay, really it was. The congestion, the allergies. So, I have 2 kinds of allergies, mainly to chemical. I don't know how they put it, but mine, I just say chemical and seasonal. So, I don't know if they clump them all together or what, But that and congestion. So many different things. I wrote down a list for when I speak to the doctor to say, wow. I mean, it was something. I was sleeping better. And so many other things. And I'm like, wow, this would be so nice to have a life like, if I felt like that. So that's good stuff. But anyway, I mean, I kind of rambling on this because I got a lot of things on my mind. Seriously. And, some of it, like I was saying, let me get back to this part. That lack of caring, how it winds up for other people. And that's been on my mind because of this one thing that I keep going back and forth on. And that is the people who are doing videos that are grifters e-begging. They're e-begging. And I go back and forth on it. Some of them they just came up, they were recommended to me. I watched them for like, I don't know, just a few times each, if that many, maybe 1 or 2 times each. Well, I don't know. Some of them I didn't even bother with. They came across recommended. I may have watched it a little bit, few seconds. Ugh, gross. That kind of reaction. But they're e-begging and they're lying and they're along this line. Ugh, no. And I gave those. Quit that. And there are other ones. I mean, I've done this for, like I said, I have my original channel 11 years tomorrow, I believe. And so I've seen these. I've done, whenever they would come up, it would recommend them to me like once a year. And I'd say on average, maybe once a year, that I'd make videos, because it would be like a new one or an old one that came back around, something. This year it was just like pop, 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 pop. Not even the same genre. I keep saying 2 genres, but that's not it either. There were at least 2 other genres. And they're just popping up everywhere. But the caring part is, like I try to tell myself, and I even have made videos saying, I got to give it up. That's, it's enough. I've done enough, this stuff. And then something comes back around like today, and I said, See, because I know it's weird and it sounds, I've known this since I was younger, much, much younger, that people think somebody who's actually nice is naive and all this. I am far from naive, let me tell you. But I am a nice person, and that does not mean I should be taken advantage of. That's the thing I've known since I was younger. And when people think that you're naive and nice means that they can take advantage of you, and they find out they can't, whoa, man, they come, ooh, crazy, crazy. Well, I've had enough of those in my life. I know how to handle them. Seriously, God. My goodness. But that's just walk away, really. Just walk away. That's the big thing. Walk away. They are not worth even spending 5 seconds with. If that's how it is, not even. But these, like, okay, I'm gonna get to this. The people online who are, these e-beggars, grifters, con artists, master manipulators, swindlers. What are the other terms for it? Or there's also the charlatans. I like that word. I like the way it sounds. I don't know why. It's one of those things. But I don't like the type of people who are those charlatans. So on and so forth. But scammers. People who make videos and they say, oh, I'm not going to have enough money for groceries. And they continue that for month after month after month. And you see them getting, they're not starving. I don't like to judge people by the way they look, parents. But when they're using something, just, like that, to say that, to get money from people, quite often these are people who are on fixed incomes themselves. And they want those people's money. That's the caring. That's what I'm caring about. And I go back and forth because I just get so disgusted with these people who are doing this, lying about, oh, we don't have money for food. And then you can even, sometimes you'll see them go to expensive restaurants. It's like they're rubbing it in people's noses. Or they show shopping videos, and some of them show cooking videos, when the stuff that they're buying is basically what people with money can afford. People who are using their own money that they've worked for, and they're making good amount of money. But these grifters and these e-beggars, all this kind of stuff, they're using everybody else's money. All the people that they're saying, oh, we don't have money for food. Like I said, they're doing all this stuff, showing this, that, and the other, cooking, buying groceries that are expensive, cooking meals that are expensive. And, I am not a dietitian or a nutritionist, but because of my health condition as it is, I have had to learn quite a bit about that, but that does not make me a voice of authority at all. Okay, and those are not what my degrees are in at all. So, but I cannot imagine somebody who doesn't have enough money for groceries gaining a lot of weight. I don't like to talk about, people who are big. I gained a lot of weight the past 2 years. Still haven't gotten any doctor to explain to me why suddenly I started gaining weight. Seriously, 2 years now, since 2023. About this, well, I think it was around this time. Oh no, it was, I think in May 2023. None of them will touch it. None of them will say what it was. Seriously. And but it was not overeating, because I'm one of those, like people say, you eat like a bird. Yeah, so anyway, but the ones who, like I say, I don't like to judge people by that, not at all. But when they are using it, to con people, and their evidence is right there in people's faces, like I said, I don't know, I could be wrong. Dietitians might be able to say that somebody could gain that much weight by eating bad food. I mean, we all know there are some foods you could. I think many of us know that there are some of them. But to continue, like, month after month after month after month, several months, almost a year maybe. But like I said, you got to add the combination together. They're showing what they're buying at the grocery store. They're showing what they're cooking. Expensive stuff. Real, what's the word for it? Real rich in more than one way. That's a way to put it. To a very rich in more than one way. Food. Yeah. Like I said, I'm no expert. And mine is so, because of my rare health condition, mine wouldn't match other people's anyway. So, anyway, that's the kind of stuff, and I go back and forth telling myself, I just want to, I'm so disgusted. And so, yeah, I need a break from just being so disgusted by these people. And then I come back. The last video I made where I was just so disgusted, I walked away, was 6 days ago. And then this is kind of fast, but and today I said, because I see this one woman, she is setting up for a big one this time. She wants a really big one for people. I'm going to make a video about this one. For people to pay for something for her. Oh my goodness. Nothing unusual really, except the expense. Yeah. And it's not only about food. I'm sure there'll be some involved. But, yeah, I'll make another video. But you see those clouds? Aren't they neat? I was just thinking today about that weird time that I had a weird video. I was showing the clouds like this, and the clouds were moving in such a weird way on the video. It had to be something, something that I pushed the wrong button or something on my cell phone, the camera part. But, and I could look at the camera and then look at the sky, and it was two different things going on. I was just thinking about that today. And right now it's kind of a little bit, but not like that. But that other one, it was like something was moving in one direction and the sky was not moving in that direction. It was weird. Oh, it was some kind of animation that I had never even heard of before going on. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because I did go on and on. So